Thanks for tuning in to another edition of Vision. Cedric Vaughn. We're excited about our guest today. The attorneys have come back to be with us, the attorneys of Miller Smith, LLC, attorney Ashley Smith and attorney Tamika Miller. Ladies, thanks for coming back to be with us on the Vision program.
Thank you for having us.
Excited. You know, we had a good time the last time, and we said that we were going to invite you back, and you came back. And so we want to talk about Legal Business 101 today. Want to communicate some knowledge and information. And so one of the things that you talked about, that you wanted to talk about today, is why you should call a lawyer when you own a business and not depend on LegalZoom. Why is that?
Well, for beginners, LegalZoom it can be effective. I'm not trying to knock LegalZoom. However, LegalZoom is a nationwide company, so it may not necessarily be state specific, and laws are so state specific. Also, if you ever have to go to court, I mean, that's why you get lawyers, and that's why you seek lawyers. You seek protection from the very beginning to prevent you from having to go to court. But in the unfortunate event that you have to go to court, is LegalZoom going to show up in court? I mean, do you get somebody to come in with you? No, then you have to be the one to sort of defend the documents that you receive from LegalZoom. And so that's two of the main concerns, I think, with LegalZoom. Again, not knocking LegalZoom. Just saying.
I understand. You're not judging them. You're just saying.
That's right.
I understand. I understand. So you're saying legal representation is important.
It absolutely
local legal representation is important.
It absolutely is.
Yeah.
What we do in our business, we cover the businesses from start to finish. Before you go into business, you may want to talk to someone about what type of business entity do you need to have. Do you need to have a corporation? Do you need to have a limited liability company? Do you need to have a limited liability partnership? I mean, there are so many different types of business entities. So depending on what you're planning to do with your business, what is your setup? Are you a one-person shop, or do you have multiple people? That's going to determine the best business entity for you. Also, that's the beginning of the business. During the business, you know, how are you going to get your clients? How are you going to get your customers? How are you running your business? Are you running your business efficiently and effectively? And as efficiently and effectively as you can. Sometimes, you know, with different changes in technologies, there can be ways that you can be more efficient in your business that could save you money or even help make you money. So those are some of the things that we work on with businesses, and also in the unfortunate event that you want to shut your business down, and it doesn't necessarily have to be unfortunate. You can shut your business down. You need to dissolve your business in the proper way, and so we can take you through those steps where the business end is concerned from start to finish.
Well, you know, and I want to you know, piggyback on that for Ms. Miller. You know, we've got a lot of conversation about entrepreneurship these days. You know, entrepreneurship is fashionable. It's popular. People want to do it. So to go along with what Ms. Smith is saying, when you talk about pros to having legal counsel, and then you talk about a 50K view, a 50K foot view of your business. Is that what you want to talk about?
Well, when I say the 50,000 foot view, what we do is we look at it not just in what you're coming to us for, but we look at it from a complete view of it, from the start and finish of the whole business. Some people think that an attorney only looks at, well, how can I legally protect you? Well, no, at Miller Smith, what we do in the 50,000 foot view is we look at where are you today, where are you going, and what is everything that you need in that process. So we look at it not from just in the business, but on top of the business and what you're doing. And we provide the legal advice and processes for that where you are. So we may have someone that comes in and says, I want to start a fashion label. Well, the question I ask is, where do you want this to go? Do you want to be able to sell licensing rights, things of that sort? That's the 50,000 foot view. Getting entrepreneurs to look at their business, not just where they are, but where they want to go. And ultimately, as Ashley said, even if they want to sell it off or totally shut it out. That's what we do. We look at it from an airplane view in that sense.
Okay, I like that. I like that. And you said this process is less costly over the long run.
Absolutely. Well, an example. Let's say you go to LegalZoom and you pay them $99 for a partnership agreement. Well, that's who you got for the partnership agreement. They didn't explain it to you. They didn't tell you the process of it. They didn't explain anything to you or your partner. Well, when you dissolve, you then have to call me to deal with the dissolution of it. If you two are in court, somebody has to pay for litigation fees, and I'm just getting into it. If I would have drafted it, if I would have consulted with you, it would be less costly on the back end than the front end because I'm familiar with it. That's why it's more costly with an attorney, because I'm coming in from where you are. If you've already been sued, I'm coming in at that level versus when you were first being told you were going to get sued or when business problems were starting at the beginning.
Understand. That's very good. Very good. And I heard people talk about in real estate that it's about location. But as far as business legal counsel, you're talking about protection.
Absolutely. I think entrepreneurs believe that I just have a dream and I want to run a business. But there's a lot of moving parts in a business, and nobody likes, contracts are not sexy to people, but contracts will protect you. You need to be protected from the beginning. And a lot of people start businesses never being protected, not having the proper agreements, and then when things fall apart, it's based on a handshake and a smile. Well, a gentleman's handshake used to be okay. That no longer works in business. So our job is to make sure you're protected on all ends, financially, against other competitors, against people possibly ripping off your stuff, and just you being protected in how you're running your business.
Excellent. Well, I think that is fantastic. Now, what are some of the pitfalls of not having legal counsel?
Well, a couple of pitfalls of not having legal counsel is just what Tamika just alluded to, is that you can be sued and you don't, at that point, it's almost, I won't say too late, but then it's going to cost you more money at this point to try to fix the mess that you find yourself in, as opposed to if you had consulted with a lawyer ahead of time, then maybe you might not find yourself in this situation. I'll give one quick example. When you have a situation where you may be in a partnership with someone, particularly when you go into business with other people. I know sometimes people go into business with people they know and they think, oh, this person would never do me this way. It's best to get everything in writing. Be very clear about what you're going to do. Otherwise, you may find yourself again in court. People go out and get loans, they get business loans, they get leases on buildings and property, and you're putting yourself in a very vulnerable position to end up being sued in the event that it doesn't go as you planned. And so sometimes you may find yourself in a situation, and if you don't, and then you get sued, and then you don't consult an attorney at that point, I mean, you're just asking for trouble. So, you know, that's one of the pitfalls to not consulting with legal counsel. And then you try to, a lot of times we get people that come to us on the back end, and all I can just say is, I wish you had come to me sooner, because the damage has been done. And at this point, my options are very limited about what I can do for you, when they were, you know, I had more options if you had just called me, you know, when this first happened.
Excellent. I'll tell you what, one of the things that we wanted to talk about as it relates to being in business and legal counsel is that having an attorney really should be a situation where they are your friends and not your enemy, and you shouldn't be afraid, you know. I heard you all say that you all really would like to position yourself with your clients as their legal buddy, legal friend.
That's right. People think of lawyers, sometimes people have very negative connotations about lawyers, and, you know, negative perceptions about lawyers, but the truth of the matter is, if you hire us as your business counsel, we're here to help you. We're not here to just overcharge you and, you know, suck all the money out of you that we possibly can. Our goal is to help you function and operate as a successful business owner, because we don't want you to just go into business. I mean, anybody can start a business. It's about staying in business and sustaining a level of success that you are looking for in your business. And so that's why we say, you know, we are your friend. I know a lot of times people feel like, well, I can't afford an attorney. But again, when you're setting up your business and you're making plans to start a business, you need to have a line item in your budget for legal counsel. People often leave that part out, and then they talk about, well, I don't have money for that. Well, why don't you? That should have been a part of your business plan going into your business.
So do I hear you say not having a shotgun type of a business? And speaking of line items, we have a friend who works for the Alabama Department of Revenue. Should there also be another line item for taxes?
Oh, absolutely. You got to have, oh my gosh, you got to have a good tax person on your team.
Yeah.
And even we learned that in our business. We had to change the way we were being taxed as a business in order to get the most out of the money the revenue that you're bringing in. You have to consult with these professionals. And we're lawyers, but again, I don't do taxes. So I need to consult with a tax professional. And the things that we're telling our clients to do, these are things we do on our own. We're not just telling you something and we're not living it ourselves. I mean, we've consulted with people about our taxes. We have bankers that we consult with. We've consulted with people even about our own business, our internal business budget, and using our budget and using the money that we're making from our business to benefit us as business owners, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah, very good. Well, last time you were here, we had a gentleman to track us down looking for you guys. He called wanting to know, where are those ladies? I was like, well, their office on Dexter Avenue. And so give us your location and phone number where people can reach you.
Okay, where our Montgomery office is located downtown, Dexter Avenue at 445 Dexter Avenue, Suite 4050, Montgomery, Alabama. That zip code is 36104. It's located right across the street from the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church, or some people like to call it Martin Luther King Church.
Yeah.
We also have a business or an office in Hayneville, Alabama, and that one is a little more difficult to find, but it is located behind the county shop, which is also behind the Dollar General right there in Hayneville. If you can't find where we're located, you can always call us, and our phone number is 334-625-6959.
Excellent. And Attorney Miller, that gentleman who called looking for you, you were able to help him.
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I was able to help
and direct him to the proper place that he needed to go.
Absolutely.
Excellent. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us on this segment. We are going to invite you ladies back so we can talk some more. We want to thank you for coming, and we want to encourage those who are watching to go and see our attorneys at the law offices of Miller Smith, LLC. That's going to do it for us on this segment of Vision. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.